Hi everyone, Denise here. And as a bonus to this wonderful course that I've been teaching about channeling, I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about my Flower of Life cards and about how you can use them. As I was writing the messages for these cards, the course that you have just been doing also came as well. So I was channeling my higher self, Astar. Astar is the name that I give to my higher self. However, it's not just one being or one person. It is a group of non-physical entities that sort of move in and out depending on the questions that I ask of life. Now, we all have access to that, and as you've been working through the channeling workshop, you would begin to start to connect to that part of yourself, which is truly wonderful because it's there for us all, and it's actually us. It's like we already set it up for ourselves so that when we arrive here, we have access to it. It's just that we forget and we're busy looking outward all the time. But anyway, that's one of the wonders of being here upon the earth. So the reason that I wanted to create the Flower of Life cards is one, the Flower of Life, the sacred geometry of the Flower of Life has always fascinated me. You know, it starts with a circle that splits in two and then just keeps moving outward, splitting again and splitting again and splitting again, until it just grows and grows and grows and grows. And that's actually how we form. You know, each circle is like a cell within us, and we're constantly regenerating those cells within us. So the Flower of Life is a blueprint of creation. It reminds us that anything is possible and that we can create whatever we want to create. The Flower of Life reminds us that we can constantly grow and sort of die off like a flower does, and then it grows again and again and again. And so these cards came from that place of regeneration and healing. So I decided to create a tool that would connect me back to me on a daily basis and connect me back to my higher self and inner wisdom. And so this is why I created the Flower of Life cards. On one side is images of flowers and of nature, and of the other side are the words that I've written. Now, when I'm in nature is when I feel most connected to me. It is the easiest place that I feel to be connected to me, because nature doesn't want anything from me. It just is. It just does its thing. And so hence why we have these images. Now, when you look at the images, always connect with the colours, the feeling. When you look at it, it's like, oh, how does this make me feel? You know, what is this colour? Where does it connect with me in my body? What does it make me feel? Does it make me feel happy? Does it make me feel a bit ooh or a bit sad? Or does it make me feel excited, passionate about life? Because whatever reaction you have is a message for you. That is where your vibration is at that particular time. Then what you can do is just turn the card over and get the message that is on the back of the card. So the easiest way to use these cards is to choose one card on a daily basis. Now, when I'm working with my cards, I always like to honour them and give them a little bit of a cleanse. Even though they are actually just bits of cardboard with pretty pictures on them, they don't actually, there's nothing good or bad about them. But this is my intent. It sets up the intent for the most aligned reading that I can get about myself. And so it's not really about cleansing the cards, it's actually about me coming back into alignment with me so that I can hear the wisdom from my higher self. So what I actually like to do is just hold the cards in my hand and just close my eyes and just visualize white or golden light just moving down, filling up the room and flowing into the cards, cleansing them, clearing them. Now this can only take a couple of minutes, if that. Just hold them until you feel that you don't need to hold them anymore. Take a breath. Now the next thing that I like to do is just do a little grounding exercise. It just brings me back into my center and just makes it much easier for me to connect to my higher wisdom and feel the whispers of my heart as well. So you can do this with me if you like. You just gently close your eyes and just take a deep breath in and out. And imagine that light is just flowing into the room, that white or golden light that you felt before when we connected to the cards. Cleanse the cards. And imagine that you breathe in this light and breathe out all things you no longer need. And imagine that you breathe it in through your nose and your mouth and through the top of your head, through all the pores of your skin. You breathe in this light and you feel it flowing all the way through you, through your feet into the ground, connecting to Mother Earth and Father Sky. And in this place, we ask to be a true and clear channel, to be open our hearts and open our minds to the possibilities of all things. And we give great thanks. Breathe in, breathe out, and just gently open your eyes. Okay, so we're ready to start. So pick up your favourite deck of cards, or you can use my Flower of Life cards because that's what I'm using today. So we first of all start by giving the cards a little bit of a shuffle. Now, when you're shuffling, when you've got cards this size, it's much easier to shuffle them this way. If you try and shuffle them this way, it just becomes too hard because they're a bit big. So turn them up this way and shuffle. If you don't want to shuffle, if you feel that you don't like shuffling or you're no good at it, just spread the cards all over the table and choose a card that way. You know, there's no right or wrong here. So give them a shuffle, and really we're shuffling to give them a little bit of our energy, to put our energy onto the cards and to allow them to fall into a place that will help to make sense of any questions that we have as well. Now, if any cards jump out of the deck, nothing's happening like that today here, but if they do, or if they fall out of the deck, that means that it's something extra special. There's a magical message in that, so certainly look at the card if one jumps out, because that's something extra from your higher self today. And so we shuffle away, and you just keep shuffling until you don't want to shuffle anymore. Okay, I think we've had enough now. So what you can do as well is cut the deck. You don't have to, only do this if you feel you need to. Now I cut the deck by placing them down in a pile and then just breaking them up into 3 piles. And then I put them back in random order. Okay, and so that's what that means to cut the deck, but it's not something that you have to do. Just do it if you feel that you really want to do that. Okay, so now we've given them a really good shuffle, and we've talked about jumping cards and cutting the deck. So the next thing we do is lay the cards out. So when we're doing a one card reading, of course we're only choosing one card. So what I like to do is just spread them across the table, or you can fan them out if you like. And then I choose a card with my non-dominant hand, so the one that I don't write with. The reason that we do that is because the one that you write with tends to connect a lot to your mind, and you overthink it and you think about it too much. So when you do it with your non-dominant hand, or the hand that you don't write with, you're less likely to involve your mind. It's more connected to the feeling in the heart. So we just move your hand over the cards and you'll know which card to choose. Now, I've chosen a card today that will be here to help me and for you as well. Now, the first thing you do in a one card reading is look at the image. I know we all just want to turn it over and look at the words or look up the meaning in the booklet. But again, that connects you to your mind. So first of all, just activate your heart and the feeling part of you by looking at the image. So the card that I've chosen today is this one. And when you look at this, there's lots of blue and green, and blue always connects to our throat and about how we speak. And so this is helping you to clear away any blockages that you have about speaking your truth. It's green and a little bit of yellow down the bottom. So the green always connects to your heart, to the healer, to healing, to your heart chakra. And this is a reminder that right in the middle here, just come back to your balance, come back to you, because it's so wonderful, and that's how you'll hear your wisdom. The little bit of yellow down the bottom connects to your solar plexus, and as you do this, you will connect to that part of you that trusts you. You'll build your self-esteem and your self-confidence. And in the middle of all of that is some beautiful white aspects, which is just a reminder that white light is always there. So the light of the universe, the light of your soul, of your higher self, of your guides and your angels is always there within you. Now, the little plants here are in bud. They're actually not coming out yet. So this is to remind us all that we have all of these dreams and desires and wonderful things that we want to do in our life, and they're all in bud. They're all waiting to blossom. And so as you connect to your truth, as you find your center and connect to your truth, you'll feel and trust in yourself more. Realize that everything is always working out for you, and all you need to do is feel the truth of you. Follow the path of your heart. Come back to your heart and follow that path, and these buds will soon start to blossom. And so look at the picture and feel it. Feel where in your body it connects to as well. So, when you look at that, it's like, well, how does that make me feel? Does it make me feel happy? Does it make me feel sad? Does it make me feel, a bit, ooh? How does it make you feel? Don't analyze that. Just connect with it, because that will really help you to understand your feeling side. When we turn the card over or go to the booklet to get the meaning, then you can look at the words. Now the words will then connect you to your mind. Take notice of any thoughts that come into your mind, any ideas or beliefs, because that will also help you to understand where your energy is right now, because that's what this card is helping you to understand. So the message on this card is wish. And I'll just read it out for you so that you know. So when we stand at the edge of a wishing well, we throw coins into the well with the hope that something will change in our life. Instead of wishing, have the courage to dive into the wishing well. Delve into your depths and you will find the richness of your soul. As you are immersed in your splendor, all is transformed. So how wonderful. So that's a one card reading. Wonderful if you just want a quick answer to something, if you just want to know where your predominant energy is in this moment, or wonderful to do at the beginning of the day to start your day off with really feeling who you are. So have fun with that. So now we're going to do a 4-card spread. Now this will just give you a little bit more information about a topic, and a spread is just a pattern or the formation of the way that we lay the cards down. So in the PDF, I've given you all the information that you need to work with this, with the 4-card spread as well. Okay, so we give the cards a shuffle. And something to just, as I'm shuffling, we'll just talk a little bit about is reversed cards. So if cards come out and they're upside down, I don't really tend to worry about that too much. I just turn them around the right way. Some readers give more importance to that, and in the end, it's up to you what you do with that. If a reversed card comes up, I just take note of it, and for me, it just means that there may be obstacles. There might be a bit of resistance around where the card is going, or it might also be that there's more information to come as well. Okay, so let's give them another little shuffle. And oh yes, something else I wanted to talk about is just future timing. And so people like to have their cards read because they want to know about the future. But something to always remember about the future is that when it comes, it will be now. I know that sounds a bit odd, but we only ever live our life in the now. And so, yes, some people say to me, oh yes, but I would like hope. But hope implies that you don't like where you are now. And if you can't find a way to find some balance and peace in your life now, you won't even recognize the thing that you really want when it arrives. And so there's absolutely nothing wrong with looking about where your energy is going and what may be coming to you. But don't rely on it to make you feel good. Inner work and spiritual work is learning how to feel good about yourself right now. Because as you do that, you let go of all the resistances of life, and your desires and dreams will come to you quicker. As soon as we say, oh, I'd really like that, but I don't know how it's going to happen, or what do I need to do? It's a little bit like you say, oh, I'd really love that, and you open a door to the universe, and the universe starts bringing things to you through the law of attraction. And then as soon as you say, oh, but I don't know how it's going to happen, or what if, or but, it's like you slam the door shut on your dreams and desires. And so they're always on their way to you, but it's us that places the resistance to it. It's got nothing to do whether you're good or bad or indifferent. It's about how much resistance you have about any particular subject, whether you think you are worthy of something or whether you deserve it. And so you don't need me to tell you that if you want a new job in your life, or if you want a new relationship, or if you want something in your life, if you have a dream or a desire, you don't need me to tell you that yes, it's coming, because if you already have that within you, it's already on its way. And so that's always something to remember. You don't need anyone else to tell you that. The thing that I would just ask you, though, is that how are you going to go about it? Because if you go about something the way you've always gone about it, you will get a similar result. And so these things are going to come into your life. Yes, there's going to be new jobs, there's going to be new relationships, new friendships, new experiences in your life. But if you go about them the same way you always have, you'll get a similar result. And so it's realizing that you don't need any of these things to be happy. We experience these things in our life for the joy of it, to have fun. We don't rely on anyone else or anything else to make us feel good, because that's conditional.
And so talking about the future always tends to bring up quite a lot of things in me, mainly because I used to be completely attached to the future. And when you're completely attached to the future, waiting for the next job or the next relationship or the next friend to make myself feel better, you forget to live your life right now. And everything is always in the future. So when we're doing future readings, when we're looking at the cards that are the future cards, I tend to think of maybe for up to 6 weeks or 3 months, but you can add any time to it that you want to. No, there's no right or wrong here. Okay, so now that I've waffled on a little bit about the future, let's come back to the present and put our 4 cards down. Okay, so we'll give the cards a shuffle. Oi! And that's what's called jumping cards. You know, there's a lot of cards here, so what I might actually do is just spread them out and just choose one. And that's our message, which is intuition. So that's funny. So just trust yourself. Always just trust you. Trust what it is that you feel. So we give the cards a shuffle, and for the 4 card reading I'm going to take them from the top. So we're going to put this down. This is the now card. This is where you are now. This is the past. This is the energy that's brought you to where you are now. And this is going into the future. This is where your energy is flowing to. And this is our message or our opportunities. Okay, so this is where you are now, and it's like you're blossoming, you're opening up. There's lots of flowers behind here which are beginning to blossom as well, and so just know that you're doing really well. Focus on the things that are going well in your life, and don't focus so much on the things that aren't going well, because whatever you focus on, you'll get more of it. And this card is called Inspired Action. So listen to your heart. You don't have to go out there and do. Come back to your heart and you will get all the information that you need. That's what the path of least resistance is. And so that's where you are now. This is the past card. So this is the predominant energy that has brought you to where you are now. Now this is called time, this card. And it's talking about that time is a way to create, time is a way to measure our manifestations. So it's a space in between all of our manifestations so that we get to appreciate them. Because if everything happened now, it would all just pile up on each other and we wouldn't be able to appreciate things. And so that's what that is saying, that your life has brought you to where you are now, and that's a truly wonderful thing. The thing to remember is to just gently let go. Let go of the things that you no longer need in your life, the things that are taking up space within you. Just let them be in the past. Just let them go and let them be there, and you will leave space for all the wonderful new things in your life. And so that is the energy that's brought you to where you are now, which of course is inspired action. So as you leave space for yourself, you get inspired action. And then we're moving into the future here, and this is the Reiki card. And this is just a reminder, because Reiki means the universal life force. And so this is a reminder to connect to your universal life force in whatever way works for you. It might be Reiki, it might be another healing modality, it might just be going out and sitting with the sun or with the trees or with your animals or going inward into yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and actually do any healing modalities. It is just a reminder that the universal life force is always flowing down upon you, and when you are in your heart space, when you're balanced, you will connect to it and you'll get inspired action, which of course is what's happening now. And as you practice that, you'll feel more and more connected to the universe and to you. And you will get more and more wisdom, and you are more likely to follow the path of your heart, and all of your dreams and desires will come to you much easier. Okay, so our opportunity, or the message from this, is this beautiful card here. Beautiful white card edged in pinks. And this is actually the animal card. And so the animal card, and this is upside down, so maybe there's more information to come for you about animals. Animals are a reminder to us to really connect to our instinctual self. Because as you connect to your instinctual self, you have access to all the wisdom of the universe, to your higher wisdom, and you will know exactly what to do in every moment, just like animals do as well. And you know, the same energy that flows through you flows through animals. We all have different agendas, but as you connect to your heart, you'll be able to connect to the heart of all things, of all people. And so animals remind us of that as well, that we're actually all in this together and we're all connected. So let's just bring this whole reading together now. So where you are right now is really connected to your heart, and you're beginning to blossom. And that is happening because of your past, because of all that you have experienced, all the good and the bad experiences that you've had have really helped you to clarify what you like and what you don't like. And as you begin to trust yourself more, you come into your center where you'll get inspired action. And as you move into that more, into the future, you will find different and new ways to connect to your higher self. Maybe through Reiki, or maybe through something else, or maybe just through sitting with trees, or sitting under the sun, or being with an animal, or just having fun with other humans. It doesn't have to be a healing modality, but you will find new and varied ways to experience the path of your heart. And overall, animals are always there to remind us of our instinctual self. So maybe that's just a little reminder that on a daily basis, if you see a bird, or if you see an animal, just smile and come back to your heart. And so that's a little 4-card reading, and you can do that with any cards, even tarot cards, if you like as well. And yes, the messages are on the back of these cards, but if you've got an oracle deck which has a booklet, you just go to the booklet and look that up as well. But you know, before you do that, always look at the images and just feel how wonderful they feel and where it hits you inside, and if any information comes from that as well. Trust yourself, trust your intuition. So I trust that that helped you today, and before we finish up, we're just going to do a little closing invocation, because what that does is actually just help to leave the energy here so that you can move forward in your day in a completely balanced state as well. And so we'll just do our closing invocation. Gently close your eyes and breathe deeply. In your mind's eye, say to yourself, I would like to thank all that have been here today for all of the information and the healing. I am truly grateful for the feeling of unconditional love and connection to all light beings that are here with me, in all forms and from all dimensions. I ask for continued healing and to be connected to the source and feel love in all that I do. When you feel ready, take a deep breath in. Feel yourself in the room and in your body. Open your eyes and enjoy. You are love and you are loved. So thank you so much for being here today. And I love sharing information with you. So hopefully that helped you as much as it helped me. So thank you. If you want to know a little bit more about my work, you can go to denisejarvie.com and check out my website. You can sign up there, subscribe to my newsletter, and have a look at my consultations, and just check out my work in general and other courses and that I do as well. So once again, thank you, and always remember that you are loved and you are love. Namaste.